Viva VOX, viva España, viva Italia, viva la Europa de los patriotas.
Y sin duda es de agradecer el apoyo recibido desde diferentes lugares del mundo. Todos estos líderes nos recuerdan que existen personas que en sus países, en solitario o en las filas de un partido, trabajan por construir alternativas que ya han cosechado diferentes victorias, como la de Giorgia Meloni en Italia. Siempre es un placer contar con su experiencia, con su consejo, y por ello tengo el honor de presentar al primer ministro de Polonia, Mateusz Morawiecki, a quien acompaña el presidente de VOX, Santiago Abascal.
Muchas gracias por invitarme. These are not my last words in Spanish, but most of it will be in English. Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, I have to confess something from the outset. Had I not been born Polish, I would have liked to have been Spanish. When my wife hears Julio Iglesias sing, or the other guy singing Tengo la camisa negra, Juanes, right? I have zero chance to get her attention, zero. In Poland we had a band called VOX, and all the gentlemen from this group broke the hearts of many Polish women. Now, joking aside, I'm convinced that our mutual understanding results from the fact that despite our differences, we share the set of common values. Although Poland and Spain lie at two distant ends of Europe, we are very close. Our nations both value independence above all else. For centuries, we have lived on the frontiers of civilization, in the West, Spain, and in the East, Poland. We were two wings of Europe, and the strength of these wings was faithfulness to tradition. Today, the EU wants to turn its back on tradition, thus undercutting its wings. A small number of bureaucrats in Brussels believe that they make up Europe, but they are wrong. Europe is made up of its nations, free and sovereign nations. Instead of relying on the strength of European nations and European tradition, the European Union invests in the strength of bureaucracy. Brussels institutions expand their competences, and they do this without any base in the treaties. We should not allow for this. In this way, they may indeed be able to build a transnational beast without real and traditional values, without a soul. To believe, ladies and gentlemen, that we can build the future without considering the past, to believe that we can find happiness while losing our identities is pure fantasy. When Europe, instead of believing in man, began to believe in these artificial ideological formulas, it fell deep into a deep spiritual crisis. By casting off our national identities, we condemn future generations to live in a chaos of values. Tradition is that what bridges the past and the future. Without it, we fall into an abyss. Today, the greatest physical threat to our civilization is Russia. But another very important threat is destroying our own cultural heritage. That's madness. For years, a silent war has been waged in Europe against the values upon which our civilization has been built. And yet, we are all children of Christian civilization. We cannot forget about it. We have to be proud. We have to be proud as inheritors and beneficiaries of the greatest civilization, Christian civilization, the civilization which was and is most friendly to people, civilization which created present prosperity and which gives us good chances for better life of humankind in the future. Have you ever heard Russia apologize for something, or China? No. But we are constantly asked to apologize for who we are, for our national identities and our values. We have to say no. I will not apologize. I will not apologize for the fact that I am a Pole. I am a Christian. I am someone attached to such supposedly outdated values as the truth. I'm attached to values as freedom, to solidarity, and to law and justice. And no Spaniard, no Italian, and no Hungarian should have to apologize for that either. We have reasons to be proud of who we are. The strength that resides in the nation manifests itself in Ukraine. Ukrainians fight with lion hearts on their battlefield. And I am sure that with our help, they are going to finally win. And millions of Ukrainian mothers and children who found their second homes in Poland and in Spain will be able to go back to their homes, hopefully not destroyed homes. I know that the Spanish people very much support Ukraine, and I believe that this war is a moment of awakening for Europe. The truth is, some European elites were seduced by cheap gas contracts and the naive belief that Moscow was a credible partner, whereas the Kremlin acted like a drug dealer. It sold the gas cheaply, but the real price of the gas we see today in inflation, in very high energy prices, and the blood in Ukraine. But it is not the elite who are paying the price for these terrible mistakes. It is not the Brussels elite. It is ordinary people, normal, ordinary families in Spain, in Poland, and all over Europe who are paying this terrible price. This is a great sin, a disastrous mistake made by the EU institutions and some big guys. and the mistakes should have been learned. Remember Brexit. Has the European Commission learned anything from this experience? Recently, it decided to instruct Italians to vote, how to vote in their elections. Terrible, terrible approach. I am glad that many nations are rising up and beginning to understand that Europe must be safe from its true gravediggers, an army of officials convinced of their own infallibility. It is not too late. We can turn back from the way that leads to the abyss. And the growing number of political forces in Europe, like VOX, like you, the great people of VOX, give us hope that we can be stronger again, united again, that we can build a better future together. This can happen only on one condition. We must give power back to the true creators of modern Europe, its peoples. I have only one comment to all those spreading strange ideological experiments all over Europe. Maybe you could just let us be. Maybe you could let us live normal lives. Normal lives. Maybe you would be so kind and not force your ideas onto our families. Ladies and gentlemen, today Europe is overrun with people who want to break down the doors of our homes and refurbish them as they want. We do not allow for this. Our houses, those in Spain and those in Poland, are under threat. But when I look at you, I know one thing. We will protect our homes and we will protect our houses. And we will protect our values. And we will protect our home countries. Viva la normalidad. Viva la solidaridad. Viva la libertad. Viva Polonia. Viva España. Muchas gracias.